Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh shit, no hat. Hold on. What was I thinking? Oh, that's better. How we doing, everyone? Aero let just in time, was about to binge YouTube tutorials. Nice one, great to have you. Choco lurking, thanks for popping in. Gorillas, welcome. Orc and Dazzling KT Cat, great to have you. Glitch, welcome back. Ayanda, first timer, welcome. Nax134, welcome, welcome, welcome. Julia, welcome back. I've never seen your hair before. No, we can't do a hair stream. We just feel weird. Okay. Alfie, what's happening, my friend? Welcome back. How you been? Gorillas, no, I'm also streaming on YouTube as well. Let me just get situated with the old pen tablet and whatnot. If it wants to work for me. Come on. There we go. All right. I just want the center screen. Thank you very much. That works. All right. Sick. Dave, welcome. Rod Manfu, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ko-Fi, watching from the Philippines. Great to have you. Okay, Gorillas is Alex. All right, great to have you. Graphico, hello Ben. Can I ask you a question? Now, I don't know how to characterize, and if I did, it will be nose problem now and mouth, and I really can't do it. Can you help me explain it to me, please? Graphico, on my deepest apologies. I don't understand your question. If you can get a little bit more, a little bit clearer on exactly the problem that you're having, that could be something I could help you out with. But I can only help as far as how clear the question is. My apologies. So, stream standard. Going to start off with a little color study. But first off, I do want to mention a couple of things. Prime, welcome back. Great to have you. Is anatomy necessary for learning character design? Nothing's necessary, but it does help. T-Lart, great to have you. I want to mention a couple of things. My art batch drops going to be happening soon. We've got some plain Janes in the works. We've got the breakdown collection, the first. Oh, I don't have one with me. Do we do a quick? We'll do a quick studio run to show you what's going on there. Give me 2 mementos. Why is this not showing up? Okay, so that's the iPhone audio. All right, doing a quick studio run. Can you guys hear the, hold on, I'm going to turn this off. You guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me through the iPhone. I'll do a quick studio run and I'll show you something else as well. It's good? Sick. All right. So, we've been working. So, the batch drop is going to happen in the next week or two, right? So we've got plain Janes in progress at the moment. We've got, I'm just 90% of the way through assembling one part of the breakdown series. So this will come as a set. You've got the detailed hand and the simplified hand. Still need to do the bases for these guys, which are in here. But yeah, been busy assembling, clear coating, making them durable. So they've turned out nice. I'm also going to be releasing a couple of these special editions. So that's airbrushed, custom painted. Still need to do this side on this one. So I'm going to come out with, I'm not too sure how many. One's in the works right here. But that's going to be a thing. And I made this thing as well. I was pretty happy with this for like masking out and spraying the eyes and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, and one more thing. There shall be prints. So this is one of the designs. I can probably show this on normal camera. Hold on. Caster stream mix. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. All right. So, we have prints. I don't know how good that's coming up. That's turned out pretty bloody cool, I reckon. So this is, oh shit. It's not focusing, but there we go. So this is on archival matte fancy pants fucking whatever paper, archival matte paper A3. So this is one of the designs I've been working on. I want to do a portrait and I want to do a landscape one where you can see the rest of the illustration. Instead of just choosing one or the other, I'll do maybe a few of each just to see how we go with that. And I was thinking, yeah, I haven't landed on the other designs yet, but there shall be prints. So I'm happy how that turned out. So I want to let you guys know that the early access is where you want to be at. The early access list is where you want to be at if you want to grab or have the best chance of grabbing one. It's going to go out maybe 2 hours before the general population, the general public. So sign up there if you want the best opportunity to get your hands on some work from me. 99% of the last drop sold out within the first 3 hours, which was 99% the early access. So do that one. All right, studio tour over. Oh, black square on the screen. Thank you. Legend. Good looking out. Okay. So let's get stuck into it, shall we? Okay, so Graphico. You got it. All right, let's see if this question makes sense. Okay, I'll try to explain. So when I'm trying to make a character, I'll make the eyes look weird or nose look very ugly or the mouth, it's always one or two of them. I need help. I would start without having a look at anything, without seeing anything and any context. So I'm just going to be shooting in the dark right now. I would suggest building up the face as one, right? So not finishing the eyes, not finishing the nose, not finishing the mouth first or second or whatever, sort of bringing them up all together. That way, at least I've found it helps me keep consistent with placement and that sort of stuff, if that makes sense. Glitch, I like how you're making all of the plain Janes from your garage instead of a factory. Yeah, me too. I like the grassroots kind of thing of doing it. I want to get real intimate with the process and knowing exactly what goes into it. Idris, how you doing? The Prince so good. Appreciate you, Orkin. What are you using for the chat? Just OBS Studio with a cutout from the browser chat window? You know it. Quick and dirty. Okay, let's get cracking. Gonna be timed. So I've just got this little car here. I love starting off a stream, getting the juices flowing. All right, gonna be using the Filthy plugin, shameless plug for the plugin. It is what it is because I love using it. And Francis is a fucking genius, and he helped me create this bad boy. So let us start the timer. What do we reckon? Let's no, not the output timer. Where's my timer tool? Countdown timer, here we go. All right, let's go 15 minutes. Reset the timer. Okay. How you doing, Lana? All right, so give us, let's start off with 5 little emojis. It's a team sport. Well, break the chair. Dazzling, always coming in clutch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 legends. All right, let's get cracking. Start the timer at 15 minutes. So this little car's just like stylized in itself really already. So Raka, wait, is that a straw or spoon? It's both. It's called a bombilla. It's a mate, a yerba mate. I've been loving them in replacement of coffee. So that cup will last me a whole day. So I'm just going to actually sketch it out first. See. I want to see. Maybe this is going to be bigger. Does that make sense? So it's really, I mean, it kind of looks stylized already. let's see what doing this whole front part bigger does for us. Is it going to look stupid? Is it going to look any good? Who knows? We'll see. It's kind of very soft looking. Yerba mate makes me feel crazy, really. That car is AI, you can tell by the color. Is it? I didn't think so, because it had like Subaru. Oh, fuck, it is too, isn't it? Or is it? Subaru. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Oh, well. My mistake again. But we're here. I choose these like super quick before stream, so I wasn't paying too much attention. The background warped the car. Killer, are you an Aussie? Certainly am. Is more addict. Mute is more mate more addictive. I don't know. I feel like it's a cleaner energy. Like coffee fucks with my sleep. Like a lot. So this is like a nice in between. The way I see it is it's like more energy than like green tea, more energy than black tea, less jittery than coffee. Jack Mendez, yeah, no, you're right. See if we can have this wheel turned. Let's change it. Change it up. Come on, where are we? Where's my brush gone? There we go. Really don't like what Photoshop's done with the putting bounding boxes around everything. I think I'd imagine there'd be a setting. Still good practice all the same. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, so we got, it's really not, doesn't give me the same vibes as this kind of car. I also found this guy as well. This, I'm pretty fucking sure it's not AI, but who knows? But for our character as well, because we were thinking that they could be like using like I think it was like an electric bike or something like that. I thought that was cool for later on in the stream. I want to change up the streams as well, in a way, because I've been doing this for quite a while, just like the cars and playing around with the simple shapes and whatever. I do maybe want to kind of change it up somehow. What that looks like, I don't know. I just want to keep it fresh. SIAG, how you doing? I send a lot of strange texts to people if I drink yerba. You're right. It doesn't hit me that different. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I wish it did. That'd be sick, but no, it's not super noticeable. Maybe I haven't got the strong stuff. I've got Playadito. Alright, let's whip some color on here, shall we? I kind of don't like how it's looking. What time have we got? 8 minutes. I feel like it looks scared, which I want to kind of play with a little bit. Kind of looks like a cute puppy, something from a Paw Patrol. It kind of does, doesn't it? Could almost make the license plate look like a buck tooth sort of deal. It's kind of like, this one kind of looks happy. This one kind of looks like freaked out. We'll just go with the happy one. Okay. Shapes time, color time. Yellow. Around there, cool. If I drink coffee regular, not decaf, I can't believe it's illegal. Yeah, but it's like it runs out. Like it's like you use up its magic. Like I remember, because I never used to drink coffee. And then I'm just, oh, holy shit, why don't I just drink this all the time? And that's how addictions happen, kids. But then it just, yeah, its efficacy just goes away, and then it's just, then you've got to have like 5 cups to feel anything. I've been loving doing it, like painting the like airbrushing the plain Janes up. That has been a lot of fun. I've been referencing a lot of the excuse me, the Sideshow collectibles. They like release every now and then just like real short videos on how they do their stuff, and I've just been like pausing it, trying to find what paints they're using, how they're thinning them down, blah, blah, blah. It's been fun. Just like hunting for the information. It's like, because it's not super clear when they say stuff, which is not meant to be. It's like, it's not a tutorial. It's just like or whatever, like a little, this is how it's done kind of thing. But it's like, yeah, then I use a transparent thing, like a transparent red for the blush or for the redness of the nose, and then I'm like, all right, you can't just necessarily dilute certain colors down with water only sometimes, depending on the paint. And then there's like specific paints that are translucent, but then you can use like mediums to then get translucent, because a lot of that is to do with like layering the translucent colors over and over and over again to get something that's kind of half decent. But yeah, now I've been going down many a rabbit hole. We got, oh shit, 2 minutes. Yeah, we got nowhere with this one. Not happy with this one at all. Not a fan. That's all right. We'll fix it up next round, hopefully. All right. Bada bing, bada boom, 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 boom. It's a good little, this is just a good little practice to do, even just understanding lighting, light and shadow, how stuff reflects. Like even here on the side, if it's actually, like if we're looking, this is the reference, it would actually have a bit of this reflected light coming up here from the floor, so you can start to really ground it in some sort of reality. Even along this sort of front part, there'll be a bit of reflected light going on. We've got 27 seconds, and I think that's a little bit delayed from where I'm at. Yeah, no, the shape I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe we can whip back in next round. Where are we? 0 seconds, drop them. Drop them. This song sounds like some like loading screen or like setting screen of like Gran Turismo. So it kind of works out. SIAG, you finished your thesis film. That's fantastic. Congrats. Also, coffee is delicious. Yeah, I know, it's pretty nuts. And I'm living in the future. It's a Monday. Kind of wonder what this car would be like personality-wise in the Pixar universe. I think it would be like an evil one, actually. But it's like the disguised evil. So it's like it looks cute, but it will... Madagascar. What's that little dude that's like psycho? That's the kind of vibe I'd get from this one. Used to drink coffee with milk as a child, but now I don't like it. Yeah, I don't really do coffee with milk. Nail Randolph, how do you fill the color instantly after using the lasso tool? It's a filthy plugin. It's called the filthy plugin. It's in the description if you want to check it out. Mort, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the kind of vibe I get from this guy. He's absolute nuts, but he's like all cute and stuff. Killer, is blocking out shapes faster than rendering for you? Yes, but it's like kind of a step. Like it's one in the same in a way. Blocking out shapes. You can block out shapes and keep blocking them out and keep making the shapes smaller and smaller and smaller to then get a rendered look, if that makes sense. So it's kind of one in the same. Lana, I'm not this time. I want to keep an eye, like, because this stream isn't for me necessarily. It's for you guys as well. So I want to keep an ear out for... I'm trying this stream listening to the music so it's not killing the vibe with some random shit. Is the decision making the same when doing cars and stylized people? Argent? Yeah, it is. It is. Lighting, and values and form. It's all the same whether I'm drawing a tree, a car, a person. All the same. The lasso tool thingy also exists on Procreate. It does in a certain way, in like a limited way, I think. I haven't played around with Procreate in a long time. Leafy Queef, are you streaming on any other platforms too? Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube. 007, thank you. All right, let's restart. Your art is so juicy every time I just want to eat it. Not even joking. Thank you. All right, another 15 minutes. Let's maybe Ben will do a Procreate one someday, possibly. Let's get the timer up. Whoa. Up and ready. Restart it. 15 minutes on the clock. All right, 5 more emojis. Let's go. Thank you, SIAG. Prime Axe. So I'm looking for those 5 emojis. But while I do, I'll answer Prime's question. How do you approach rendering different material types? It's something I still kind of struggle with. Material types is just how it can be under the same light source, and how it responds to that same light source is a thing that really helps me kind of wrap my head around different materials. Some materials are more reflective, some materials are more absorbing when it comes to the light. So I'd start to look at reflectivity as a point of study. All right, we've got 2 emojis. Choco, I am streaming on YouTube as well. All right, we got 2. We need 3 more, and then I can do some stuff to this car to make it look better. Three. There we go. 2 more. It's a team effort. 4, 5 legends. Johnny and Prime and KT and Dazzling and Organ. All right. Let us begin. So what I'm going to do... Oh, do I want to get rid of the lines? Let's get rid of the lines that are outside of that shape. Okay, cool. So I've still got some sketchiness in there, but I just got rid of the squiggly lines. Now what I might want to do is grab this whole lot. Oh, I can't warp it. We're just gonna merge it. Bugger it. It's happening. Sometimes you just gotta merge. Fixing the perspective a little bit. Even just that fixed it a lot from what was bugging me. Gives it a little bit more life. Better. Even like a more, almost like a fisheye sort of thing. But yeah, on the material kind of side of things, it's just it's all to do with reflectivity. The only reason that you can see anything is because it's reflecting light. Everything, I don't want to talk in absolutes, but most everything, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Everything that we see is because of reflected light. It's bouncing off, the light source is bouncing off of whatever you're looking at, and then that is then bouncing back onto your eye, so you can actually see what's going on. Trying to think of scenarios where that wouldn't be true. But then you've got all different like waves of different light like light types, like UV. We can't see UV, but certain animals can, and blah blah blah. But for our use case, that's pretty much it. So that's what I'm really focusing on, is just looking at the reflectivity of the light. What do I want to do here? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's do this, have them on separate layers, so then we can adjust down the track. No. Let's go inside the wheel now. So I'm looking at the saturation of colors as well. Now, as a general rule of thumb, as the light's transitioning, there is going to be some sort of saturation change, right? We see this as a yellow car, almost like a pastel yellow. But if we zoom in here, the entirety of all these little changes in color, like this is a pastel yellow that goes down into an orange, we still see it as a yellow car. How our sort of eyes interpret it. Even this wheel has got like 3 different kinds of yellow. I can see 4 different kinds of yellow and orange, right? But you still see it as just a yellow kind of thing. So I'm looking out for those little changes and dips and whatever in the saturation of the color as well, and in the hues. Hues just meaning your base colors. That's what's gonna make something, or give something a little bit more life versus just doing it like a flat color, if that makes sense. And just getting your values right. So it's like a step past values. Well, not step past, they all work together. He looks like a little buck tooth, little dude. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm starting to dig it a little bit more. All right, so here I want to have like a transition color from this. So maybe, but when you change the hue, we've got to take into account that the value may change as well depending on the hue. So it's just a few things to juggle and think about, but nothing that we can't reason about and come to a conclusion with, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm rambling a tad, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. I also highly recommend checking out Corridor Digital came out with I think it was The Simpsons, like animators react. That was fascinating, particularly the part of, what time have we got? 7. Particularly the part around how they discovered that they needed to think about those 2D characters in 3D space. That was very interesting, coming from one of the early animators. That was pretty cool. And like the evolution of those characters. Yeah, so I recommend checking that out as well. If you got time later on in the day or night. Okay. Let's get some of these panel lines in there. What I might even do, take a little something from Blender, which I like using, which is like the pull string line. Like this is, it's a bit intense. But just to give me some of these cleaner panel lines, whereas I can still freehand it. Let's give us some clarity there. Move that over here. Okay, and then do some of these panel lines as well. Might not want to do it black. Let's do like a deeper red, just for something different. And that's where you can take liberties with like the colors and stuff, understanding value. Once you get the values down, you can basically do whatever you want color wise, really. Let's thicken this guy up. Nope, way too thick. Yeah. So much to do. Shit. Let's turn that off. So that was just the pulled string mode on the brush. So I'm just gonna clean up some of this stuff here. Get this transition feeling a little better. on the, I'm not sure what you'd call this, the rim, I don't know, the tire cover thing. Not a car guy. I'd like to be a car guy. I'm just not. Alright, so I'm just using the brush now. Just to whip in some shapes. I think a light blue might go well here to offset or give like a complement to the yellow. You know what I mean? Even this stuff that's going on here. Alright, merge time. Merge it all. Merge it all down. What do we got? Oh, 2 minutes. Time's gone too bloody fast. So let's make these tires look a little bit more like they're sitting in space. With some of this reflected light is going to be bouncing up onto the rubber. So again, this is like the reflectivity. These are a little bit too shiny probably for what would really be going on. But and let's darken up some of that occlusion shadow of underneath the car. Maybe change the hue, whip a bit of color in there. Let's see what that looks like. You never know if you don't give it a whirl. That's alright, I guess. I wouldn't mind offsetting that a little bit to make it more interesting, but we've only got so much time. Now, let's a little bit of this, you know, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. These little studies are good for getting faster as well, because you've only got so much time to make the decision, and it just cuts out all the noodling that you might otherwise do. Which I'm very guilty of. If you would see more of that tire there, maybe. Now, shiny parts on here. Let's give it a blue. Oh no, nah, we're out. We're out of time. Lana, am I thinking of the silhouette when I'm sketching? Kind of. I go back and forth between that kind of 2D and 3D kind of thinking. How you doing, Debbie? It does look like a gumdrop, doesn't it? I haven't practiced perspective in a while. It feels intimidating with how tight it has to be believable. Seeing these fun shaped car studies, it looks more approachable. Yeah, I like the loose perspective study. Because like, we could fix, quote unquote, fix this, right? And get it all stuck right into the correct perspective and be like, okay, where's our horizon line? All right, and get everything lining up just so. Maybe something like this, I don't know. All right, and then we can have everything going just so. Like you could whip a proper perspective grid over the top and like kind of fix it. I don't know, it's more fun to eyeball it and then go back after if you want to change some things. Graphica, yeah, gonna be doing some character stuff today, definitely. Silvana, hello from Uruguay. How you doing, Silvana? Great to have you. The bounce art looks like it has flame decals. It does, doesn't it? Cosmic Berry, great to have you. Lana, nothing wrong with an ice cream truck. Cosmic, it's in the description. Lana, the Simpsons look easy to draw, but they are a bit hard. They certainly are. Have you done art with 5-point perspectives before, like the fisheye lens look? I haven't. I guess you could kind of do it with this. What's the 5 points? Is it like here, 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 here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the 5th one? Man, I'm just stupid. I can't think of it. Ho Haim, I don't have an art station, no. It has buck teeth, it does. I like it. It's got that vibe to it. Bumblebee is a baby. Yeti, good call. I like that. All right. I might noodle on this for 5 more minutes, then we'll get to some character stuff. So what I want to do is just get some of these reflections in here, because that's what it's missing. I mean, it's missing a lot, but just give some indication of. My apologies if you can. I think this mic should cancel it out, but my stomach is grumbling like a crazy person. You could even do a character like imagine like a giraffe. Like kind of looks a little, that's not a giraffe, but you know what I'm saying. Like the hoofs are here. There's like this kind of thing going on. What the fuck does a giraffe look like? This is from memory giraffe, so kind of looks like a horse now. I don't know. I don't know. They got these. There you go. But you can imagine something like that, just to make it a bit of fun. This whole body's just squished in there. It doesn't really make sense because a giraffe would not fit in this car. But this is how you make like, I don't know, for me, making the study fun. Maybe there's like hands up here. He's like, come on, like hurry up, you fuck. But yeah. Anyway, all right, let's not go too far down that road. He's stuck in traffic. Yeah, that's it. Could be a baby giraffe, I guess. But then you got to think about how his body would fit in there somehow. I mean, it could be that comical kind of thing of, you've seen it in like Disney movies and stuff where it's like there's like a rhino in here and like his whole body is taking up the inside of it. You know, you could do all sorts of stuff. Anyway, let's get some character stuff going, hey? So where were we? This little lady here. So we had, she's like Eliza Thornberry, Jane Goodall kind of vibes. She has a bike here. She may not have a bike in the final character design. This is what we're basing it off of. So I wanted to do, I think from memory, an interaction between her and Le Gorilla. Toys R Us. Yep. Oh, that nostalgia. I remember the smell of Toys R Us. I wonder if it smelled the same everywhere else. There was just like a smell of plastic. It was great. His name was Sterling. We haven't landed in the name, but that was a great contender. I've got them all written down here. But I wouldn't mind. Let's get some gorilla reference while we're here. Ooh, I like that. Okay, well, hold on. Pinterest can be pretty spicy sometimes, so let's silverback gorilla. Yeah, glitch. It would have been perfect, but I think it's just there's too many Janes going on right now. Too much Jane. So let's grab. This, like, maybe he's more of like her protector, I guess, but she also protects him in a way. What that looks like, I'm not entirely sure. They're so cool. They're one of my favorite animals. Hello. I just love just the shapes, just like a triangle for the head. That's so cool. The thing, all they eat is fucking plants. All right, let's get some gorilla shapes going. Let's move this. Yeah, let's actually just get this out of the way altogether. Thank you. Now, some sort of interaction between these two, or even just getting a vibe for the side, like the scale. So even if we just grab her, cut this out. Here, and just exploring the scale between the two of them. So maybe it's like this size. Right, so if we just like envelope it in a way, that's going to be kind of the size-ish, maybe. This is the thing, we don't have to stick to one particular style, but yeah, I do want him to be pretty large. So I'm just getting familiar with the shapes. So you can see the full screen, there you go. So I'm trying to do the minimal, not even the minimal, just like what it needs to read. As a gorilla. I like the idea of this, just like a real big triangle head. Silvana, why do you drink mate? Do you know any Argentinian or Uruguayan people? I do know an Argentinian person, but that's not why I drink mate. It's just because I wanted to get off coffee. And it was actually Andrew Huberman. He was recommending it. So I thought I went to this little shop where I live. Is like the only place you can get the stuff. And I was like, all right, yerba mate. What is it? How do I do it? And they just gave me all that I need to get it done, to give it a whirl. And yeah, I don't mind it. All right, so this is what I'm talking about with like 2D and 3D thinking, right? This is very 2D at the moment, but you notice how I'm starting to go into a little bit of 3D. Taking this 2D silhouette, I'm not married to any of these lines here. These can change at any point in time. I'm even trying to see how, like even the back, this back coming down here is like one shape, so I can even simplify that here. Right, and then I'm kind of sculpting into that simplified shape more and more, if that makes any sense. And then I'll get some like reference of the face a little bit. So the nose kind of has that diamondy, triangle-y shape. But also I'm trying really hard to not go too close to the reference, because then I'll start doing more like skewing too realistic. And that can be an issue. Because that is something that I often do accidentally. I need to do a Tarzan and Jane fan art. Fantastic idea. I'd love to. Yeah, Lana, I wish I could do that as well. Just a straight drag from Pinterest. Oh, is it? Oh, the gorilla's hidden by chat? Oh, hold on, I'm flipping around all over the place. Sorry, so hopefully it will. Yeah, so that's the reference. Does it taste sweet? No, it tastes basically like green tea. You can sweeten it. I mean, we could very quickly make this. Of course, I've done it, haven't I? It's connected to the reference images somehow. Yep, there we go. I really want to make a plugin that warns me if I'm on a different layer. It's like, hey, are you sure you want to draw on this layer? Just check in. If not, I'll merge the last 10 strokes onto the previous layer. Because the amount of times that I've done that is ridiculous. Now we can make him look very silly very quickly, almost like stupid in a way, but I don't know if I want to do that. And you can do that oftentimes with an underbite, or like very, not stupid, but like simple. You know, that kind of like, that kind of deal. This is going to take some work because I'm not used to really drawing animals that much. I give him like a hello. Value Babe, how you doing? Gorillas are so sassy. They can be. What about matcha or green tea? I don't like matcha, but I haven't had good matcha though. I don't think that's my issue. Glitch, I'm so curious how you make your 2D eyes in 3D with your final product, like with your most recent drawing and the eyes on that gorilla. Your final product, like your most recent drawing and the eyes on that gorilla. You make your 2D eyes in 3D. Do you mean like sculpt them in 3D or draw them in 3D? Because I mean, it's kind of same. Again, back to perspective, even like with the car. You could simplify these down. To just simple shapes, right? So you've got a line here, circle, half a circle kind of deal, and a line, right? But because of the placement of this here, right, and how this sort of eyelash or the top of the lid is cutting the eye, it gives it a bit of perspective, you know? And because it's sitting within the, I guess, the structure of the head, it gives that 3D feel as well. That nose, we need to simplify that down into a shape and look at, so it kind of, I see if I can identify what the shape looks like. So it kind of looks like a bat to me, like bat wings in a way, right? To simplify this shape of the nose. So then it's like, all right, let's draw the bat in perspective, and then that gives us something to grasp onto in a way. And now we needed that little bit of indication of how that, the muzzle, I guess you could say, of the mouth is now coming into 3D space. We're rounding it out. Alright, coming back to that bat shape. It just helps, you don't need to do that, it just helps me sometimes to identify the shape. Now I love the massive forearms, so we can really play that up here. So again, if I'm looking at this is like a diamond. Right, if we were just big diamond with like another kind of diamond on top. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So we could just start to think about that. Even if we wanted to move the arm this way, we could think about big diamond here. like a knuckles. Oh, you're kidding. Wrong layer again. Of course. Ay. Where have you gone? There we are. Then we've got to make it make sense though. This week, because it got kind of bow out in a way. So they need to, and this is where a lot of reference would come in, right? Looking on the side, how do they kind of twist inwards. So that would change the shape of this. So this is, I'm just trying to problem solve out loud, if that makes sense. Pablo, how can you learn to simplify shapes? Get a bunch of reference. There's a few ways to do it, right? So you can get some reference, and what you can do is draw how you normally would, right? Draw this how you normally would. Take that, knock it back, right, in the opacity, and then say, okay, what lines can I take away? How can I, say if I drew this all detailed and whatever, what lines could I take away? Where is there like smaller squiggles, right? Here, could I just straighten that down? Right, and kind of iron out those little shapes. Or that's one way of doing it. Another is starting off with the simple shapes and drawing and starting to look at the larger shapes of a piece of reference. So this is kind of like a skewed rectangle here for me. If I was just looking at this reference, it looks like this. If I was just copying this one to one, that looks like that to me. And then you can come in and say, okay, there's another simple shape here, another simple shape there. This head is its own smaller shape. These arms you can sort of combine into one shape. Leg, you know what I mean? So then you can start to play with that. That looks terrible, but that's how I'm thinking in the very beginning. And then we're just carving in again and again, looking at overlapping shapes as well. Arjun, yep, I'm using a MacBook with the extended monitor. Painting values, does the plugin work with CS6? No, it doesn't, unfortunately, because we're using things that Adobe allows us to use only with the Creative Cloud. Seems like their elbows are their knees. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm just asking for drawing, not sculpting. When you draw those exact eyes on the gorilla and the girl, we really need to find a name we do. Then making it look 3D-ish in the final product with shading. Oh, with shading. Well, that then comes down to values. All right, that comes down to where's the light source. All right, because if the light source is coming from the top here, then this could potentially all be in shade, right, or shadow. Right, but then everything else has to work with that logic. everything under here will then be in shadow. Then the darkest parts in here would be even more in shadow as well. Right, because then you'd start to get occlusion shadows and that kind of stuff. So when it comes to that, it's just really getting consistent with understanding your light source and the shadows. Devi, very good summation. Yastilleros. I'm kind of new to digital drawing, so I'm still struggling a bit with that. Look, it happens. You've got to have some time. How do you get used to not looking at your hand when you're drawing? It's just time. Just time and getting used to it. Now, what can we do to this? Sterling, shall we say? I'm just going to go with sterling for now. It could change later. I like the size difference here. It's feeling good to me. Is he carrying stuff as well? Potentially. And then if we were going to do like a character lineup, that's how big I'll make Quokka's going to be. Something like that. I was always wondering, because Ben's older eyes actually had depth on them when drawing, like the pupil and everything. Yeah, you could do that. This is just like for sketching and simplicity, but you could have like, if you wanted lighter eyes even, that could be a character trait. Like if he was looking this way, you know? It's not too difficult to take it to that more dimensional realm, but I'm trying to just simplify stuff down a lot here, just for the character, the overall feel for the character. Let's knock it back and let's refine it a little bit. Do we want glasses? Some sort of goggles even? Does that look stupid? Is there a reason for it? we're living in the future. This is the time for exploration. Maybe we'll leave the goggles till after. Let's just clean up some of this stuff here. Lana, I'm still so confused about light source and where the shadows go. I'm not sure how to get better at that. Yes, glitch. Highly recommend doing that. Very good idea. Blender is your friend. You don't need to go crazy with rendering anything nuts. Like, it's your own little sandbox. Your own little lighting sandbox. And what I'd recommend as well is just looking around you when, like in your off time, like you're standing around doing whatever, you're at the shops, you like just look at how light affects certain things and what type of light there is and why it might do certain things. Like the shadows it casts, is it soft shadows, hard shadows, reflected light? So we could do a little bit more of an underbite if we wanted to. Or just keep it more neutral. Maybe we give the underbite a go. How do I avoid the same face syndrome? I feel like every guy I draw looks the same with just different hair. No, I feel ya. Look at problems. No, let's look at problem. Look at how other artists solve the same problem. Whether it be eyes, hair, noses, you know. And see if you can try and start incorporating some of that into your own work. and just experiment. Like a lot of it, honestly, is just experimentation. Tony McCrory. I love she and Kim's work. He's fantastic. Devi, I'm not sure how to allow links. Yeah, I like the idea of him being smart as well. Arjun, there you go. Prototype to de-stress the process and iterate. Yep. I don't know when I said that, but sounds like something I'd say. Some small square glasses. Like, something along those lines. I like the idea, like I want some, I don't even know what you'd call it, like futuristic old tech kind of stuff. I'm not sure. Let's see, let's finish off we can start adding accessories in a moment. Breaking up the upper and the lower part of the arm as well seems to be what's happening here, even with some of the fur. Now let's have him maybe holding some sort of bag, equipment. Oh no. Oh. I kind of do. Maybe like a spare tire or something on the back. I don't know. I don't know what these are, but it's just sort of like something that he's holding. Zero Comics, I love everything you do. Keep it up. You've definitely inspired me to do better, and I learn so much when you teach. Thank you so much, Zero. Thanks for popping in. When you're in Pasadena, Ben, you should go to this breakfast place there called Millie's. It's pretty good. Oh, check it out. Millie's. How about a ranger hat? I can see that. It looks a little bit like, I don't know. It could be funny though. Like a rain, I don't even know what a ranger hat looks like. It looks like he's about to party though. Could it be? Not sure. Let's experiment with the glasses. So what do we have? Those tiny little things. Or maybe like small for him. Something like that. But she's got glasses, he's got glasses, I don't know. Or we could go like the full-on, these kind of goggles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why though. That's the thing. I mean, you could do why not, but yeah, there's always. I'm always thinking like, why would that need to be there? I'd like him to have a vehicle of some sort. I don't know what that would be though. In what circumstance? Chris, how you doing? Dharmic, good morning. The gorilla is from the future where gorillas have taken over humanity. Totally not a king at the Planet of the Apes ripoff. And goes back in time where he meets the girl Jessie. I'm naming her that. I don't mind that name. Does prop design come easy to you? Feel difficult from character design? It kind of does, only because, again, it's simple shapes I'm working with. It's 3D shapes. Like, let's say old mate here, he has a notebook that he carries around all the time, right? We could then slap that here with all the little like pencil holders. Right, you got like a Sharpie in here or whatever. And then you just got to start asking questions. How would the notebook fit? Right, would it strap in like that? Right, what else? Whoa, 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 excuse me. Something to think, alright, that's strap. Go there. And around there might be a thickness to that strap. That strap is going to bunch in potentially to the arm, to the fur. Right, does it have some sort of buckle? Are we going down that route? Or is it just Velcro? Like, you just start asking questions, and this might be just a terrible idea. Like, why is he going to have a notebook? If you start to understand a little bit of perspective, you can just start to have fun with whatever. And maybe to add a little bit of life to the notebook, like you might have a bit of writing on it or something here, but then you might have like bits of paper, like other notes and things kind of sticking out of it. You know, maybe we could just give it something just to... Yeah, I really don't know, but there's just an example. And then there's like 2 pens, just in case the other one runs out. Like, why would he need to take notes this quick? No clue. You know, but then it's just experimenting. This just might be a shit idea. Well, that could be her notebook, and that's just where he holds it for her. You know, and there might be a latch here. Or some sort of quick release to sort of lock it in. You know, it could be like some, I don't know. It could be all sorts of stuff. Artistic, how you doing? Yakovu Drawing, welcome. What about a little goatee? I don't hate that. Rachel, how you doing? Rachel, hi Ben, I love the pointy head with the prominent brow, the angle you have. The brow setup does a great job of showing three-dimensionality. Thank you. You can thank this reference for that. Definitely. Well, I can thank the reference for that. Or she like, she could be sitting on his back as well. We could do a little experiment with that. Let's merge all this down. Move old mate over here. Maybe she's like super comfy, so she's got like her legs crossed. Now he's like aware that there's some sort of interaction there, just from the eyes. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want it to be kind of like riding a horse looking thing. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe she's trying to figure out where to go. So this is another thing. If you're interacting with something, the eyes are going to want to be looking at the thing. So you kind of want to have them trained on whether it be the iPad or whatever. See, I'm like swapping real quick between ideas. So I had both hands on the iPad. Next was like hand on a mouth, maybe. Then it was like kind of scratching. Like, okay, trying to figure out where we've got to go next. Some futuristic-y sort of. I appreciate it, Lana. Jay Reed, how you doing? If you don't know, good morning. How are you? Brandon Carter, was there ever a time when creating art makes you too depressed? If so, what did you do to reset that passion? How do you enjoy art again? I don't know if it made me depressed per se, but I used to get really like pissed off and frustrated with my art, like all the time. And it was really trying to figure out this stuff, giving myself a challenge to try the stylized stuff. Really helped a lot. Because it's like it's a challenge, right? And you can go step by step, trying to figure it out. And you can kind of set your own pace as well, getting in that Goldilocks zone of flow where it's not too difficult and it's not too tricky. Right, that's if you think about taking it step by step and really understanding what you want to get out of it. But yeah, I guess like finding different challenges in art. For me, it was also sculpting as well. Trying something completely different. What if the gorilla had an emergency hair comb? I don't hate that idea. true, got to have sunscreen. Yeah, look, I have periods of where I think I suck. I think it's all over, you know. It's annoying, but it still it happens. It's really, really bloody annoying. But also that can, what I've found, it coincides with lack of sleep as well. Lack of getting outside, right? So everything just becomes that much worse. So whenever I start feeling like that, I just try and get outside, get to the gym, go for a walk, get out of my head. And that can also help a lot as well. It's not as like tangible as like, oh, work on this or work on that, but it's just a pattern I've started to find. Yeah, let's add some sunscreen. Maybe this is a sunscreen. This is like a huge tub of it. SPF 50. SIAG, welcome back. And I'll see you later. Yeah, comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. I can't remember who said that, but it is very, very true. But you also can't help it, right? We're human. If you can try and do it in a healthy way, it's not terrible. But that's easier said than done, for sure. Brandon, what are the steps to get the likeness out of reference? I notice my drawing comes off stiff and lifeless. It gets frustrating. Likeness, again, like with a lot of things, comes down to shapes. And not just the shapes themselves, but the relationships between different shapes. like here, for example, I wouldn't just be looking at the nose in isolation. I'd be looking at the nose in relationship to the eyes, and then to that mustache, and then to the lips. And does that make sense? Right? Instead of just trying to get the nose to look quite right. And that's why I said, I think earlier on in the stream, doing things kind of at a similar rate as one another. I don't know why this is so... Oh, because I've knocked this back. Okay, that makes sense. But doing things, simplifying them down and building them up at a similar stage helps keep the likeness as well, or helps achieve likeness. Glitch, that's it. It's just two blocks of shapes. Yeah, I might just go real simple with the line work on this one, and then I reckon we'll call it a stream, because I've got some bloody plain Janes to finish off. Kind of annoying how low pixel this is, like how pixelated it is, but it's just a sketch. Do I have any deadlines or cutoff points with projects like these? No, because they're just kind of personal ones, so it's kind of until I'm happy with it. The only time I'm drawing at the moment is on stream, so this is really just my drawing time has been on stream. But when I get a bit more time after the art drop, I'll be spending a bit more time on some of these personal projects. Appreciate it. Glitch. Balya, can you suggest any artist who goes live? I don't really watch lives, personally. I don't know. I've not had time. I do the live, but I don't have time. Who have I watched in the past though? TB Choi is good. She's got some lives. Who else? I think Ergo Josh goes live. Dave Raposa, he's great. Highly, highly, highly recommend Dave. Vicente? I have to join next Sunday and draw along with you. That'd be fantastic. Oh, I'm glad, Lana. I'm glad. It's nice to share and just set this side of time, this time aside, just to experiment, have a chat. That's a big part of it for me. I really enjoy the chat. Just a good old bloody chin wag. I'm going to kind of fudge this section here. I'm going to be amazing, but it'll do. Just for getting the idea across. Now, can we simplify this? I don't even know if I don't even like the notebook, if I'm honest. Don't mind the goatee idea. Could do something like that. This is how we start adding personality. We can start widening the nose if we want. We can do all sorts of stuff. Ah, of course, Brendan. Ah, Ishan, welcome back. Katz Lupa, how you doing? Ricky Martinez, love your work. How often do you stream? Thank you, Ricky. Every week. Every week, 4 p.m. PST. Um, You're showing where our daily audience. I can't see chalkboard. Yeah, he pops in and out every now and then. Killer, no, it is 12:59 p.m. Alright, we're getting to that quiet time of the stream where I'm off in my own little world. It's looking a bit stiff if I'm being honest. So if that one's out, then this should maybe be stretched back. This is where I'd really be, it'd be worth getting some reference on how they walk. Like what foot goes where, sort of thing. Plugs incoming. Oh, you never know. No, I was going to keep it light on the plugs today. No, we did one at the top of the stream. The art drop. I'll do a casual plug here. Art drops happening in the next week or two. Be prepared. Or don't be prepared. Get on that early access list. If you want an opportunity to grab a plain Jane, an old righty hand sculpt from the Breakdown collection, or an art print. Here's your all black glasses. That's no, no. That doesn't work at all. Now I feel like I'm squishing him because I'm losing space. Yeah, I kind of want the walking. Yeah, I got the 80s vibe as well. The mall montage. Maybe he's handing her something. That is a nice idea. That could be another pose here. So maybe we do like a series of poses to figure out the shapes and whatnot. Actually, we'll leave this just before I go. I want to try this pose. Or this like interaction, I guess. Duplicate. Might not be detailed. I feel like it's a little bit unnatural putting it straight back there. Like, so we got the elbow. I would almost have it, I would redo their pose completely. I just wanted to try something out. I'd almost have him reaching over this way, but then his whole back's gonna have to twist and turn. We're gonna have to do this sort of twisting motion kind of deal. That's all right. Can of soda pop. Yeah, I don't know where they're going. That's what we can figure out. Well, look, I think we'll call that a stream. I'm starting to noodle on it, so we're progressing slowly but surely. I like where we've got to here, just like a kind of the scale of the two characters. Not a super fan of their design yet, but I reckon we give this a shot now next stream with the character ideas here in this pose, and then maybe that's the illustration that we come up with to sort of color and go a little bit deeper with. But with that, no plugs today. I'll do a quick do a quick one. Art drop, check the links in the description, happening in the next week or so. Gumroad tutorial, links in the description. Filthy plugin that we used for doing this one here automatically fills in those lasso thingy-majiggies. Go there, podcast, make now, think later, if you like the businessy sort of stuff. Links in the description. And I will catch you all in the next one. All right, same time next week, 4 p.m. PST, 10:45 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time, Monday. Sunday for PST, Monday for Australian Central Standard Time. All right. Thank you, everyone.